Fuck. Fuck. Fuck! Man, let me tell you something. If you play this Satan created game, the word fuck will be used in your vocabulary. I mean, it's impossible to play this game and not curse. I said my first curse words when I was like 3 years old, being in the arcade, frustrated over this fucking game and other games as well. The game I am talking about is Super Thunderblade for the Sega Master System and the Sega Genesis. This is going to be one of the most hardest and the most frustrating games of all time. And to see what I mean, let's begin. This is just a hard ass fucking game. Okay, first of all, this game is sort of like Space Harrier. Space Harrier was one of the first games on Sega. It was made in 1985, where you kind of like that 3D perspective, like overhead shooting around and stuff like this right here. Like I said, it's like Space Harrier, you know, as you see the same things, like when you're in that low overhead perspective. With St. Nicholas balls is this shit hard. I mean, it's just so much shit flying at you, and these so-called missiles coming from the ground, and these niggas coming from the air and shit like that, and it's hard as fuck to avoid. And like, why the hell are you blasting all these guys into oblivion? I mean, for all I know, just Osama bin Laden's homeboy in a helicopter in the army saw you and they just decided to kill you. I mean, it's like you have no reason for even shooting at these people. And like, you know, it's so hard to dodge all this shit because like when you move left and right, he takes so fucking long to do that shit. And when you move up and down, he takes long to do that as well. And then right on top of that, you have to dodge all these trees and shit. And it's so hard to tell what's what, cause you come up at it so fast, like, and you barely have enough time to react to it. I mean, it's just ridiculous the way this shit is. And I forgot to mention, not only is it a million things flying at you, but you die in one fucking hit. I mean, one fucking hit. You have no armor, you have no health. I mean, you have no luck because like it's just you die in one fucking hit, and it's so hard to avoid all this shit. Like I said, and like I said, they have the audacity, you know, to give you 3 lives. Like they give you too many lives or something like that. I'm like, I mean, what kind of shit is this? Like, why would they give you 3 lives and you only die in one fucking hit? It's just fucking ridiculous. And then when you come to this boss right here, you know, you can't move. You can only move up and down and left and right. And like, you only have so much room to move and you know, in this low narrow space, it's hard as hell to try to shoot him and avoid all this shit. I don't know how I just defeated him, but somehow I just did that shit right there. And now right here on the part where you get to the little Navy ship, where you have to shoot all this shit right here. And this shit right here is just as hard as a 14-year-old cop that just watched a porno for the first time. Cause see, now you can only move left and right. You can't even move up and down anymore. And it's shit flying at you from all different angles, like coming left and right. So it's so hard to avoid this shit. But like with this right here, if you could just keep your composure and just concentrate on what you're doing, then you should be able to beat this part. Cause you know it can be hard, but then again, if you get some practice at it, it really won't be all that hard. The second level right here is just like the first level where you shooting that shit and dodging objects. But this shit is like immaculate harder than the first level because like the mountain right here, before you come up on it, it's so hard to dodge because how slow you move left and right. And to make things worse, right on top of that, it's enemies still shooting at you right there when you're trying to go and dodge the mountain right there. It seems like it's like 200 miles away, like before you come up on it, but like 5 seconds later, it's like right there in your face, you crash into it. I mean, what the hell were they fucking thinking when they programmed that shit like it was that easy to avoid? I mean, were they shooting plutonium in their veins or something like that? I mean, this shit is fucking ridiculous, like how hard that is to dodge. I mean, this shit is so hard. Like, if you said that this shit was easy, that's just like saying they coming out with Call of Duty Black Ops on the Intellivision. Like, this shit is so hard. Like, if you were to say this shit was easy, that would be like saying fucking, like if PlayStation called you in for a job and you were like, you know, then they called you in for interviews like, yeah, we want you to get a job, and they called you back like 5 minutes later, was like, nah, we just fucking with you, like we gonna get to that bum over there who's totally unqualified for the job. I mean, this shit is just ridiculous. Like, I understand that video games were made to be a challenge, but for this shit, I mean, this breaks all the difficultiness laws in video games. I mean, it just breaks all that shit. This game just says, if you a pussy, do not play this shit. But if you got some real cojones, then pick up the fucking controller and play this fucking game, because this game is gonna kick you in the ass. I mean, this is one of the hardest games I've ever played in my fucking life. Now, to be fair, this game, it's not really a bad game. It's just stupid frustrating. I mean, it's just a hard-ass, lard-ass, fuck you in the ass, get nut in your butt by a motherfucking slut-ass game. I mean, this game makes Chinese calculus look like fucking 3rd grade math for class fucking ants. I mean, that's how hard this shit is. And like, if you dare test me and say that this shit easy, I dare you to play this game. I mean, I can't guarantee that you won't beat it, but what I can guarantee is that by the time you put down your controller, the next thing you will be doing is making an appointment to see a psychiatrist. That's what kind of game this is. You know, this kind of game will put you in the fucking nut house. So I guess I'll see y'all for the next review. I mean, I couldn't really get past the 2nd stage, so I know this was a short review. So see you for the next review. But right now, I'm about to actually give this shit another try. So, see y'all for the next review.